All right, what's up you guys? How's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name is Dylan. Thanks so much for coming by. The Rideshare Hub is a place for Uber and Lyft drivers to learn how to make more money. And the thing I'm talking about today is driver saturation and why it is a myth. It's why driver saturation is a myth. I have received, sorry, this is gonna be a little controversial. Don't give it a thumbs down, just listen to me. This is only really gonna make sense. Okay, hear me out on this. This is my reasoning why I truly believe driver saturation. I've heard this before, thrown around by people. I don't hide the fact that I do referrals. I refer other drivers, and I have gotten countless people saying, I can't believe you're referring other drivers. You're saturating the market. You're just making more competition for yourself. The worst thing you could ever do, literally I've had people say the worst thing you could ever do is refer another driver because you're gonna get less rides that way. Okay, here is my reasoning on why driver saturation is a myth, okay? By the way, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy my videos. Well, maybe wait till the end and see what you think, if you agree with me or not. And make sure to subscribe, as always. Little background on myself. I'm a driver for Uber and for Lyft. I've been driving for a couple years, and in Southern California, part-time. And yeah, that's me. Great introduction, Dylan. Good job, good job. Okay, here's why I think driver saturation is a myth, right? First of all, what is driver saturation? This is the idea. People say that, oh, if you refer too many, if you're referring drivers, all you're doing is making it so you're gonna get less rides in your market, right? First of all, the drivers that I sign up are not even in my market. Most of them are around the country, so, doesn't even matter anyway. But when you refer somebody to become a driver, what happens to the app, the platform? Think of it this way: Lyft and Uber is they're platforms, right? When you refer somebody, when you refer a driver, the more drivers you have in any given market, the more riders you will have in any given market, right? It's a double-sided marketplace. I'm gonna be comparing this with Airbnb, with Tinder, yes, a dating app, a very successful dating app, as well as Bumble, Turo, a car rental platform. All of these platforms are double-sided marketplace, right? There's no product. Uber's not selling a product, right? They're just a platform that's linking two people together, right? You could say that their algorithm or whatever, or they're more of a service, right? They're just linking two people together. They're linking a driver together and a rider together, and then they're just taking a commission, right? That's how it works. That's how Turo works. If you don't know what Turo is, it's a car rental platform. Have people hosting cars. Let's use Airbnb. Airbnb, you guys are probably more familiar with that. Airbnb, they're not selling anything. They're a service. They're a platform. You have people hosting their homes, and you have people staying at homes, right? And Airbnb charges a commission, a service fee, I guess. That's how they make money. They're not selling anything. And sure, somebody could just rent out their house. They could post ads, and they can find somebody to stay at their house for a week, right? They could do it all on their own. They can get all the licenses, whatever. But they choose to go with Airbnb because it's super popular, it's familiar, it's trustworthy, blah, blah, blah. And they're willing to give up a portion of that in order to get somebody to stay at their house, right? Same thing with Uber. You can go out and get a business license, right? And create your own transportation company and charge people, or put up flyers and try to find people who want rides from you, right? And you can make money that way. But that's really hard. So what do drivers do? They sign up for Uber. This is what I did. I didn't want to start my own transportation company. Just wanted to sign up for Uber and get riders that way, and then know that each ride I'm gonna forfeit some of the ride fare to Uber. They're gonna take a cut of the commission. It's agreed upon. But so the only way, think of it when they're starting out, right, in a market, you need You need the problem with starting a platform is that you need both of one side of both. You need both of both sides. You need a bunch of drivers. You need a bunch of riders. And without one, if you don't have riders, all the drivers will just have no rides, right? If you have a bunch of riders but no drivers, then they will have no ride to use. So both of them, they're equally dependent on the other. Let's say you're a potential passenger, right? You go on and you sign up for Lyft, and you say, you know, I want to go to take a ride to the beach, right? Whatever, I don't know. It's a 20-minute ride, and you log on and you go on and you see the closest driver is 20 minutes away, and the passenger just thinks, oh, screw it, they're way too far, I'm not even going to order the ride, right? Because there's not that many drivers in that market. However, if there are a bunch of drivers in that market, they go on and they see, oh my gosh, there's 4 riders in my area, one of them's only 1 minute away, yeah, I'm going to book it right now. That leads to that passenger booking the ride, and that passenger's going to book again and again and again. And other people are going to do the same thing when they see more drivers. So actually referring drivers and making more drivers in your area and your market is not gonna, no one's stealing rides from you, because having more drivers in one area is gonna lead to more passengers in that area too. So it's a win-win. Having more drivers, you know, do you want to be one driver out on the road in a market with you know, 1,000 riders? You won't be able to get all of them, and those people won't book rides anyways because they'll just stop using the platform. So when you have more drivers, it also leads to more successful a more successful platform, because riders are more readily available because they're using the platform more. Hope that makes sense. And also, my next point is popularity. So if people know, like if you go to San Francisco, for instance, that's where Uber and Lyft are pretty much the most popular, right? I know that if I'm in San Francisco, I'm gonna use, and I wanna order a ride, I know that it's super likely that there's gonna be a bunch of drivers ready. However, if I go to Idaho, or I don't know, North Georgia or something, I don't know, some small hick town, not to throw any shade at those towns, whatever, maybe not hick town, I don't even really know what that means, but sorry if I offended any of you guys with that. Let's say you go to a small town in Idaho, right? There's not really that many drivers. I know I'm probably not even gonna try. I'm gonna maybe open my app, check it out and look, and the closest driver is 20, maybe even 10 minutes away. That's too far for me. You know, I say screw it. You know, I'm just gonna ask my friend to take me instead. And just to like hit it home with Airbnb, right? When you have a bunch of people, like it's literally the same. Airbnb and Uber are literally, their business model is, I mean, I don't want to say the same because Uber does way more other things too. And Airbnb is now doing like Airbnb experiences where you can like book like, I don't know, restaurants and whatever, I don't know, through there. But okay, anyways, they're pretty much the same business model. You have, you know, 2 people on each side, double-sided marketplace. The same thing with Tinder, right? What is a dating app's first problem? What's the hardest thing to do? Is to get girls to sign up to the dating app, right? You create a dating app and all of a sudden you have 1,000 dudes in a single area, right? They all signed up. How do you get girls to sign up though? That's the problem. You need both of each side. You need both girls and both guys, or maybe it's a gay dating app, then maybe that's easier. I don't know. But you need both people on each side. It doesn't matter whatever the sex is or whatever. You need both people on each side in order for it to be successful. And the more you have of the other, the more you have of the other people. Like even for me, if I'm using Tinder, for example, right? Not that I do, but let's say, am I gonna say, oh no, I don't want my friend to sign up because that means more competition? Actually, if my friend signs up and a girl sees my friend and finds him attractive, she's gonna be more likely to use the app because she sees that there's more people on it. And that's, I mean, Tinder's a little bit different because people only match with people based on, attraction, whereas Uber and Lyft, people just book based on everything, you know? But basically what I'm saying is that when you have more of one side, the other side is also more popular, and that leads to success. And then the last point I wanted to say is that when you're dealing with, who said this? Somebody was like, oh yeah, somebody was trying to compare this to a gas station, right? They said, what did they say? They said, I don't know, they're trying to compare it to a gas station or something. What I was trying to say is that, well, everybody needs gas. It's already like, like Uber and Lyft, you can walk on the street and ask a random guy if they use Uber or Lyft, and most people will, like, I guess now most people say, yeah, I use it every now and then. But like, it's not a thing that's already adopted. Not everybody is using it. So you can always use more riders and more drivers. Oh yeah, and then my last final point is that when you're bagging, however you want to call it, when you're putting down somebody for doing a referral and saying, oh my gosh, you just made $100 to refer a new driver, and you just lost countless dollars in the future. First of all, that driver was already going to sign up. I just helped him and walked him through it, or whatever. Maybe your friend helped him and walked him through it, and then so there's that. But secondly, Lyft and Uber, if I'm not referring people, they're signing people up already. They know how many people they need in a certain market at a certain given time, and they can kind of gauge that, and they test it out and they go slowly. Have you watched my videos and seen all the Lyft ads? I've seen ads for Lyft for both passengers and for both drivers. Have you seen them on Facebook? Yeah. They're constantly referring new drivers. Every single day, thousands of new drivers sign up. So me referring one new person a week is not going to really make a difference, because there's thousands of drivers per day already signing up. So again, even if you refer somebody, might as well you make the money, might as well you get the $100 than Lyft just signing them up on their own, you know? Like, I have nothing against, I would love for new driver, like, I would love to go out and see just tons and tons of cars, Uber and Lyft cars. But again, like, the more drivers, the more successful it is. So let's keep referring new drivers. Let's sign up our friends and families, and, you know. All right, that's my rant. Sorry, I got a little you know, amped up. I just wanted to state that because I have had so many people talking about that, and I don't think anyone has ever brought it up. I don't think anyone has ever really came out and said, you know, it's a myth. It doesn't even exist. Driver saturation is not real. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to you guys. Again, this is pretty much just basic economics. You know, the more supply you have, then it will lead to more demand. Like, well, that's not exactly right in economics, but in terms of a double-sided marketplace, that is like, yeah, think of any double-sided marketplace. And it's pretty much just the more you have on the other side, the better you have on the other side. And yeah, there does need to be a balance, but like, the more, like, this automatically leads to this. And yeah, okay, potentially you could have 1 million drivers and hardly any riders, but if it's at that point, Uber and Lyft will just automatically run more ads, send out more promotions to help fulfill those rides. So trust me, Uber and Lyft know exactly what they're doing. Uber and Lyft are fulfilling millions of rides, like, every day probably, and it's all automatic, you know, through their algorithm. So they know how to make a successful market. Don't worry about one person signing up one person and that saturating a market. Doesn't work like that, okay? It's a myth. That's my rant. Sorry. All right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, but I just wanted to, you know, share my thoughts. That's how I think. If you guys have factual evidence on why, or, you know, even if you just have an opinion on why you disagree with me or why I'm wrong, let me know. But please don't start out your comment with, F you, Dylan, you're stupid. Now let me state my argument. If you do that, I'm not even gonna read it, okay? Be calm, be relaxed. Let's pretend like we're in school. This is an educational channel. And let's treat each other with respect. You know, don't insulting somebody is not a good way to make an argument. So you can make an argument without insulting the other person. All right, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to y'all soon. This has been another episode of the Rideshare Hub. All right, bye guys.